Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I have on a guest that I had on in the past, and I liked them so much I had to bring them back to another topic. Today's guest is Catherine Johns, who is a professional speaker and coach at Compelling Communications. Catherine, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Adam. Thrilled to be with you.
So I'm excited to get into today's topics, and just to give the audience a little bit of a hint. So it's stamping out verbal selfies at networking events. That's when I saw your show topic, I'm like, all right, this is going to be good. Catherine came to preach to us a little bit on a mission here, and this is exciting. But before we get into that, I want to get into what you're doing as a professional speaker, and also a coach. So tell us a little bit about your work, please.
I speak about compelling communication. So it's sometimes about networking, sometimes about speaking, always how you show up and shine in front of an audience, whether it's an audience of one or a room full of hundreds of people. Recently, I've just completed an assignment with a bigger company that has an annual national sales meeting, and I coached their speakers for the meeting because there are people who are really good at a conference table with 6 or 8 or 10 people, but now they're going to get up in front of a big room and they need a bigger presence. So my mission was to help them get it, and they just finished their meeting and said, man, did that go well, and thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. And speaking of clients, so so there's a lot of people listening right here. There are a lot of executives, business owners, entrepreneurs, and that may be on some of the lists of theirs, that they know they have some big events coming up, they have some meetings, or they even have some paid events, and they're thinking about a speaking coach. What kind of clients do you like working with?
I like working with people who are ready to make a change. I talked with somebody recently who said, I think I need some coaching, but I don't want to do this or this or that, and I can't change this other thing. Well, she does not want coaching, right? So I like to work with people who say, look, here's what I want to accomplish. Here's where I am now. Help me get there. And then
I love it. Let's get into the topic. So you have a mission to stamp out verbal selfies at networking events. Where do you want to begin with this?
Oh, Adam, how many times have you sat at one of those events and heard people stand up and go, I'm Catherine Johns, I'm a speaker and a coach, and I'm certified, and I've been in business for 7 years, and I work with my clients in a 6-month pro. Right? You're asleep.
I was going to say, wait a minute, you already put me to sleep. What did you say?
Exactly. And yet, that's what people do over and over. We fall into this trance where we stand up, we say our name, we say our title, we say some blah, blah, and we lose our audience. So I have a whole different way of approaching that. Instead of making it a selfie, standing up and saying, yak, 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 out me, what if I turn that lens around and talk about you, the people in my audience, what you need, what your problem is, and then how I can help you solve it. If I start with a cold open that's about you as opposed to some blah, blah about me, I'm much more likely to capture your attention and keep it long enough for us to establish a connection that maybe can go further.
I think it stems from childhood. I feel whenever I do that, I feel like and I've done quite a bit of speaking, but I'm not saying I don't do the verbal selfie. It depends on the crowd. Sometimes I'll do the verbal selfie, and I think it's like when you're a kid, like you wake up or you stand up in like kindergarten. My name is, and I'm this this many years old. Like that's what it reminds me of every time I have to do that, and every time somebody else does it, I just picture this little kid. I'm like, yep, my name is, and I've been in business for X amount of years. It's like, and I'm 10 years old. Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing to me. I see that every time. I didn't know there was an alternative. So can you give us an example? Because I know some of the people listening are like, I do the same thing. Like I just confessed to you. So give us an example, please.
So you know how you go to a networking event, you stand up, you got to talk about your business, you're nervous, your palms are sweating, maybe your face is red, and you don't have any idea what to say? Imagine if you could stand up and say something that actually captures your audience and makes them want to know more. I'm Catherine Johns, and that's what I can help you do. Quick coaching program that can give you a natural way to introduce yourself, capture interest, and begin a relationship. How about we talk later today?
Wow.
That was mine, right?
That is like night and day. So instead of saying, I'm Adam Torres and I'm a podcaster and I've been doing it for 3 years, I should say, I should say I changed lives by bringing people on the podcast and giving them a platform to express themselves and their business and all of the great work they're doing. Maybe we should talk later so that we can see if it's a right fit for you to come on the podcast.
Yes, and the only tweak I would make, Adam.
That was the first try, Catherine. You better have a tweak. I know I didn't get it on. I know I'm not going to get it on the first try. You better have some tweaks for me.
So here it is. Instead of starting off with I, start with you. So instead of I help people.
You're right.
I'm Adam Torres. Start with, maybe you've dreamed of doing a podcast because everybody is podcasting, right? And the experts say that's the best way to reach people, but you don't have any idea how to start or what to do or how to do it. That's where I can come in, right? So do you see how I did that?
Oh, it's so much better than mine. Yes, I'm like, Catherine, yes, I want to come talk to you. How do I podcast?
Yeah, well, I have coaching appointments available, Adam, anytime.
That's awesome.
I feel so strongly. In fact, I posted on LinkedIn about using a cold open, like on Saturday Night Live. Because notice that when you turn on TV on Saturday night, you don't hear Kate McKinnon or Keenan Thompson or any of those people just come up and say, it's Saturday night and this is New York and we're live. They do something funny first.
Oh.
They suck you in, they capture you, and then they say, live from New York, it's Saturday night. If they started with that, what day it is and where we are and we're glad you're here, would you be interested? No. So you could use that cold open idea in your introduction at a networking event, when you're speaking, even in an email. Think about how people say, I'm just writing to ask you about blah, blah, blah. They just wasted precious moments saying stuff that doesn't matter. Cold open, baby.
I love it. And so what did you say this open is called now? So I know what the other one was called. What is this one called?
I don't know. I was calling it a cold open or you're right. I stay away from a verbal selfie.
No, right, you're going to have to. I'm sorry. We need a rebrand on this one, Catherine. I think you throw in Saturday night. Like, you got to throw in the Saturday night open or something like that.
It's a good example. It's a good example.
Yeah, it's a great example because it resonates with a lot of people, but I'm going to need some better branding in your opening because it's too good of a concept. Sorry, I need it.
Well, then I need to listen to your podcast when you have a branding expert on because I could use that. So ways I describe it are a magnetic introduction, how to have them at hello. I have a 5-point formula, actually. The 5-point formula for magnetic introduction. I try to stay away from because it is magnetic. I try to stay away from elevator speech because I think that's such an old concept. Nobody wants to hear
This is also different. That's just like the other. Like that's equivalent to the other branding of what people are doing. How about we contrast it with the kindergarten open so that it's really like the kindergarten open versus the magnetic open. It's time to grow up. There you go.
Yeah. I like it. I like it, Adam. You're a branding guy.
The things that we work out on the podcast, Catherine, it doesn't end here.
No, I'm sure not. That's why we listen to it, because you got good people talking about fascinating things.
It's awesome. So, Catherine, if somebody is listening to this and they want to learn more about your coaching or about speaking, or what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
My website is catherinejohns.com, and it's Catherine with a C. And I'm on LinkedIn. I post on LinkedIn almost every weekday. I really have been conscientious about getting very savvy about using social media, trying to stay away from random acts of content and really focusing on things that people will find useful, whether they're speaking to a larger group or in meetings or even phone calls and, online platform things like Skyping and stuff. So I can easily be found on LinkedIn.
Perfect. Well, hey, Catherine, it's really been a pleasure having you back for this reunion 2020 episode. Looking forward to 2021, and I know you're going to bring us some more jewels and gems then also. So I already pull you in for next year. We'll call that the offensive close.
Nice job, Adam. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
It's been fun.
Appreciate it. And to the audience, as always, hope you had a lot of fun listening to this. We sure did have a lot of fun making it for you. So don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. We also have the YouTube channel live now. We just started that this year. So Money Matters Top Tips. Give that a subscribe. Leave us some comments if you're watching this in the video, and hopefully we'll have Catherine answer them because I may not know the answers. So we're all in there. And Catherine,
Just call me,
thanks for coming on the show. Sounds like a plan. Thanks again.